Guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my super wildcard weekend matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the injury report, starting with A.J. Brown, wide receiver with a knee injury, alongside Sidney Brown, a safety with a knee injury. They're both out for this game, while safety Reed Blankenship with a groin injury is questionable, with Brittany Covey, Jalen Hurts, Darius Slay, Devontae Smith, and DeAndre Swift, each all most likely active for this game. Brittany with a Britain with a groin injury, Jalen Hurts with a finger injury, Darius Slay with a knee injury, an ankle injury for Devonta Smith, and DeAndre Swift with an illness. Now, like I said, those players will play. I believe Reed Blankenship will play in this game, and we already know the other two are out. Without A.J. Brown and, well, not really that much Sidney Brown, but without A.J. Brown, this team is not going to be doing that great in the receiving game. Now on to the Eagles offense. We got Jalen Hurts at quarterback, DeAndre Swift at running back, wide receivers Devonta Smith, Julio Jones, and Brittany Covey with Britain Covey, and tight end Dallas Goedert with Jordan Mailata as the left tackle, the left guard being Sua Opeta, and center Jason Kelsey with right guard Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson as right tackle. Now, this offense has proven from time to time to be both good and incompetent, as they are honestly just blowing games that they should not. For example, the Seattle Seahawks game, they blew that one. They should have beaten the Seattle Seahawks, without a doubt. But they didn't. Honestly, Dallas and San Francisco, I can move past. But Seattle, I cannot, because they should have been better. But in the end, I do think that regardless, maybe in the run game they're a little bit better, but Devonta Smith, Julio Jones, and Britain Covey as the starting receivers, maybe Smith and Julio, but honestly, that receiving core without A.J. Brown will suffer without him. Now, moving on to the defense, we got left end Brandon Graham, right end Josh Sweat, defensive tackles Jordan Davis and Fletcher Cox, with inside linebacker Shaquille Leonard, with strong side linebacker Hassan Reddick, with weak side linebacker Zach Cunningham, cornerbacks Darius Slay and James Bradbury, free safety, who is questionable right now, Reed Blankenship, and Kevin Byard as the starting strong safety. I believe that this game is going to be more of a defensive matchup, at least from the Philadelphia side, because honestly, this Philadelphia team has always been on top when it comes to defense. Not too much against teams like Seattle, for example, or Dallas or San Francisco, but they have been able to do what they need to do when the time is right. And honestly, this defense, maybe as long as Reed Blankenship plays, as long as he plays, I think that this team has a very good chance. Otherwise, the chances go down that they lose, that they win this game. But in the end, I do in fact believe that even without him, there is still the chance that they could come out with the win. But that is never guaranteed. Now let's move on to the injury report of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have defensive tackle Mike Green, the only player who is out with a calf injury. While questionable, we have KJ Britt, linebacker with a calf injury. Defensive back Josh Hayes with a quad and knee injury. And Baker Mayfield, quarterback with an ankle and rib injury. With the two players who are injured but active for this game are Tristan Wirfs and Chris Godwin. Tristan Wirfs, the offensive lineman with an illness, and Chris Godwin with a knee injury. Now, in the end, I do think that Baker Mayfield will play, and so will KJ Britt. Josh Hayes, I'm a little iffy on that. But if not, we all know that Kyle Trask will come in for Baker, and something like that will happen. But in the end, I do in fact see this as a potential devastating game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, since they basically just won a division that is filled with losers. Now on to the offense. Baker Mayfield will be the starting quarterback. If he cannot go, then Kyle Trask will take over, while Rashad White will take over as the starting running back. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Trey Palmer as the starting receivers. Cade Otton as the starting tight end. Then we get left tackle Tristan Wirfs, left guard Matt Feeler, Robert Hainsey as the starting center, Cody Mauch as the starting right guard, and Luke Godeke, I think that's how you say it, is starting at right tackle. Now, this offense has been pretty decent, pretty good. Baker Mayfield has been proving people wrong for the past few weeks. But it's still a game against the Philadelphia Eagles, and they are an NFC South team, which tend to be a bad team, even with the division winner as well, because honestly, this team is not as good as everyone honestly thinks. Like, yeah, they're okay at times, but this ain't the team that won that Super Bowl with Tom Brady in his first season. This team is completely different, or at least majorly different, as Baker Mayfield is now the starter, not Tom Brady, and several other changes. But in the end, there is still that chance that they do come out with the win. Now, moving on to the defense, we got defensive end Kalijah Cansey, right end Logan Hall, nose tackle Vita Vea, inside linebackers Devin White and Levante David, Shaquille Barrett as the strong side linebacker, and the weak side linebacker being Jaja Diaby, with Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean as corners. Free safeties Antoine Winfield Jr. and Ryan Neal as the strong safety. Now, this is going to be a tough game for these guys. They're going up against Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith. They're going against DeAndre Swift. They're going against these guys, all of them coming at them all at once. And, well, I got to say this. Even though sometimes this defense is pretty good, I don't think that sometimes is this time, because honestly, this time the Buccaneers are really terrible. They're terrible, and they're very terrible. So I think that what is going to happen is that Buccaneers are going to most likely lose this game, but the defense is going to hold up a little, but not too much, because honestly, I think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will definitely have a tough time against that offense of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, in conclusion, I think that the most logical score will be 28-9 as the Philadelphia Eagles move on to the next round of the playoffs alongside the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Now, in the end, I think that this is most logical because the Tampa Bay defense isn't as good as they should be. They're not going to be as good as they need to be. So this is going to be a loss for them. When it comes to the offense, Baker Mayfield, whether he starts or not, he's going up against this Philly defense. But on the contrary, the Philly defense is also not as good as they were once before. But I still cannot doubt the Philadelphia Eagles offense in this game. I think that the NFC South team this year, like many years before, will lose in the first round of the playoffs. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas and also tell me down in the comments below, who do you think will win and who do you think will lose? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. See you guys next time.